We're full of water in the cooling system. I just put the new crank trigger on. It just showed up. I'm going to dump a little bit of oil in the dry sump so that it doesn't start up without oil pressure, because all the oil has bled through the pump and it's back in the pan. It takes a second for it to pump the oil back out of the pan and back up into the tank. So we don't want to start it with no oil pressure. But you don't have to put too much in there, and I don't want to overfill it. So let's see if we got spark. Let's see if we're going to have ignition and liftoff this time. We will see. Make sure that our carburetors aren't bleeding over everywhere. Looks good. Whatever reason, these Isky lifters oil way better. The oil got to the top end fast. If you guys watched my previous video, it took a long time for the oil to get up there. Not only did it get up there fast, but there's a lot of it, which means this valve train is going to live even longer. That's what all the smoke is. Before, the towels were enough. It's just flooding. You can see the oil dripping off this front valve spring. It made it all the way up there, and it did it quick. So that's different from the previous. These are those new Isky EZ rolls for those that are just joining us for the first time. And I had to get new push rods because the lifter body was a different height than the ones I'd previously been running. So anyway, I'm gonna have to put the valve covers on and heat cycle it. I want to check the valves with it hot. I want to break the roller lifter in, but I can't do that with the valve covers off. There's just way too much oil going everywhere. The whole garage is full of smoke. All right, let's warm this thing up the rest of the way. It's hot enough. It's at like 175, so that should be good. Man, my eyes are burning. Woo. Okay, let's place her out. I just got done running the valves, and I am tight toleranced as far as keeping the valve train in check. And heated up, I didn't have to touch this side. I set these at 12 cold, and their engine's not quite warmed up all the way, and they're at about 24. So when the engine's at like 180, 185, they'll be right around 28. I barely, and I mean barely, tightened that intake, and just, I mean barely tightened the exhaust. In fact, I barely tightened the exhaust, and I had to go back and barely loosen it. So they all stayed good. What you don't want is for your valve lash to be all over the place, because if it is, and it wasn't when you started out, that means something in the valve train is going away. So the push rods did not get the ends eaten off of them, which used to be a chronic problem with these engines because there's so much spring pressure. It would smoke the end of the push rod off before oil got there. The other notable thing is this thing just runs at 60 period on the oil pressure. Doesn't matter if it's cold, hot, whatever. And it was at about 56 or 7 maybe at the most. and it oiled the top end way faster than it normally would with these new lifters. So I'm guessing that's where the oil pressure went, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because, like I said, we got the feature where the oil comes up, the push rod goes into a cavity in the adjusting screw, rock arm is drilled through the center, and it comes out side of the spring, not out of the adjuster itself. These are closed. That's just for the Allen wrench. That's why I have this dry sump line plumbed. I have my valley blocked off. You guys already know that have been watching. But that line right there pulls all the oil out of the valley. So all this return oil goes down into the valley next to the distributor. And there's a big old suction tube that hose is hooked to, and it just pulls all the oil right back into the tank. So this thing hopefully will be even more reliable. I've heard rumors that guys are doing drag and drive now with the solid bushed lifter with the DLC coated wheel. Boy, that'd just be the ultimate for me. If I could drag and drive this car, but I don't know. I think it would be completely worn out. I'd have to rebuild the engine twice on the trip. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I've had good vacuum in the crankcase, which means the manifold is sealed up. And I don't mean intake vacuum, intake through the carbs. I'm talking about vacuum under the valve covers, under the intake manifold, the actual crankcase of the engine. It had good vacuum. It built vacuum easily and quick, and everything else looks good too. So this thing is ready to rock and roll. Anyway, I'm happy with the valve adjustment. It didn't change. I'm happy with how fast the top end oiled. It's even faster than ever now with these new lifters, and it sounded crisp. It sounded really good. I put the new crank trigger on it, and it fired right up. So we got that issue hopefully solved. Hopefully our ignition gremlin that we've been fighting is gone, and this thing won't do the bobble off the starting line anymore. My 62nd birthday was yesterday, and you guys that have been thinking about doing this stuff, whatever it is, finishing your projects, driving a hot rod, whatever, building a shed, finishing a shop, forget about all the noise and the politics. The sky's falling and we don't have any time left and, blah, blah, blah. Just do it. Just get up and do it, whatever that is.